Our last video we talked about the Hubud drill, which is a drill to develop flow and muscle memory and reflex development in a martial artist. In the last video we talked about what the drill actually was and kind of what it was used for and some of its origins. In this video we're going to teach you the fundamental flow of the Hubud drill. So the core of the Hubud drill is teaching you how to deal with a center line punch. Many martial arts teach various ways to deal with circular punches, which is important because that's the way a drunk person punches, and a lot of fighters that don't know much about fighting will throw a circular punch. Some people use what's called 360 blocking, which looks like this. Other ones will use what's called shield blocking. Okay? Other arts will use what's called spearing. Okay? Bam. But the truth is the 360 blocking doesn't work very well against that straight line punch. Okay? And the spearing technique is almost dangerous. Go
I don't even know how to spear against a
Well, you can.
punch.
That'd be the closest thing, that was very good adaptation of the spear against the center line punch. But you see, both of those are slow. A shield block does work. Put your hands up. A shield block does work against the center line punch. However, it's not as fast as what boxers use for a straight line punch, which is just called a parry, which looks like this. Bam. Okay? So that's the first motion of the Hubud drill, is a parry. In order to have a good parry against a punch, you don't want to affect the trajectory of the punch any more than you need to. Because if she pushes my punch too far, she's going to open herself up at this line, okay? Or to a hook here. If she doesn't affect it enough, she gets hit. So what I always say is just think about it from ear to ear. All right? If they're throwing this punch, I'm going to catch it with the same side hand, and same thing the other way here. So when it comes to a parry, which is the first step, just moving your hand from ear to ear is all you need. The second step of the Hubud drill, now that I have the parry, I've blocked the punch, I actually want to check to see what kind of punch it is in an instant. Because we have two different kinds of punch. We have a dedicated punch, which is going to swing out. It may not stick like that, but it swings and it kind of stays out there for a moment. And then we have a more sophisticated punch, like a jab, which comes right back. What my goal here is with this motion, throw the punch slowly, is to trap this arm down to leave this gate open so I can make that shot. If she were to throw a jab and I tried to trap this hand, I'm just leaving myself open on one side. So this second hand, so we parry, this is what I call the fan. It's a check. Okay, people who study Wing Chun recognize this as your Bai Zhong position. After I block, I fan my hand up. I do not want to move the hand when I fan. So the fan comes underneath and up, but wherever the hand is blocking, the other hand that's checking should stay right where that hand is. If I move this hand and she's throwing a jab, and I move this hand too much, I open myself up on that end. Whereas if I block and check and she throws a jab, notice I'm still in a position to throw a punch where I can defend myself, as opposed to my hand being way out here. All I'm doing is feeling if this hand is here. If you don't understand it yet, wait till you do the Hubud drill a whole bunch, and then you'll notice a difference between someone having a dedicated punch and someone just snapping a jab out. You'll feel that the hand's not there, and so the trap won't come out in a dangerous situation. Like I said, I want to keep this gate open so that I can hit it. So I have this check. If this check tells me that the arm is still there, then I can take my free hand, the one that originally blocked, and trap right here. Understand, traps are just a moment in time. I'm not going to sit here and hit. No one's going to stand there and just take that. But if she throws a punch and I keep that trap open just for a half of a second, you see, I was able to get that shot. So the motion is palm, fan. I like to trap right at the elbow and affect what we call the center line. That when you touch this elbow, don't just slap it, move it. Okay? Because if I do not affect her center line, this hand's going to come and clobber me. Bam. Now in theory, even if the hand's coming, this hand's already here, so I win that exchange. But if I affect her center line, palm, fan, trap, and her center line's affected, this punch has no power. So you want their hand that's punching when you go for that trap to move it over. So far we have these three movements. Block, that's palm. Fan, that's your reference point. Trap, that's a trap, which brings us into punch. So I palm, fan, trap, and I throw a punch right at her nose. This is really important for your partner. If you are training punches that are coming to the side over here, you're training bad habits. I've watched people do this. I've watched people throw their Hubud drills like this. But what that's teaching them is to block a punch that they shouldn't be blocking. If someone throws a punch and it's to the side of me, I should be throwing a strike. I should not be I shouldn't be chasing a hand that's going over that's not even trying to hit me. Okay, so for your partner, practice a punch right to the nose. As a beginner, when you do this motion, go slow. Palm, fan, trap, straight line punch, center line punch. Then they're going to catch it. Palm, look, fan, trap, and then I palm, fan, trap. This trap needs to be momentary so that she can get her drill off. So palm, fan, trap. Slow it down. Palm, fan, trap. Palm, fan, trap. Palm, fan, trap. Nice and slow. So the motion is palm, fan, trap, punch. Okay? Very, very simple. This is the structure of the Hubud. Do not, the Hubud drill. Hubud is a range. Do not focus on going fast. Speed will come with time. Focus on using zero preparatory motions. Watch this hand. Now watch this hand. See how it comes from wherever it is, right up. This hand comes with the trap. I'm not pulling this back to hit. This hand's here, and it comes in a straight line. You do it slowly so that you can do it quicker, better. If you try to go fast as a beginner, you will have bad form, and you will train bad reflexes, and you will train dangerous movements. First and foremost is do not throw a punch to the side of the head. Throw the punch at their nose so that they have to defend themselves. You don't have to throw it fast. You just have to throw it towards them so that they are working a realistic punch. Second thing to look out for, don't overcommit on your block. Okay? This isn't a kung fu movie. You throw like some punches. And kick. You don't need to overcommit. The smaller motions are the safer motions when it comes to self-defense and fighting in general. Do not overcommit on your fan. There's a time and place to move a hand, but this is just a reference point so that if she pulls that hand back, I can feel it, and this hand won't come flying out. That she'll throw that punch, and I'm just here still protecting myself. Okay? So, don't overcommit here. Don't overcommit here. Don't undercommit on the trap. Don't go. Okay? See, I didn't actually move that hand. I want to trap that barrier. Okay? So, one more time before we close out the video on the basic flow. It's palm, fan, trap. Once you're good at this, I want you to do it off the other side. You should be able to palm. That was not on my nose. Palm, fan, trap, punch. Okay, so let's switch over here. The next video we're going to talk about how to switch sides. How to move from side to side. This turns this from a glorified game of patty cake to an actual drill where you are training each other's brains and reflexes. Not until you are doing the Hubud at this speed. So I want you to start working switches, which will be in the next video. Hi there guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in training with me here in Indy, all the information you need to get started is now on our website, theschoolofselfdefense.com. We have our schedule, we have our location, our pricing, and even ways to contact me personally, so be sure to check it out. Also, be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook because we're on that as well. So if you like these videos, please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit helps us grow, and we can't grow without you. So here's hoping to train with you guys soon.